Hello, everyone. So this is a follow-up to the first version of this video I made, quitting weed. I'm essentially taking you along my journey to going from a complete stoner, living the lifestyle, smoking every single day, multiple times a day, 7 days a week, to eventually just being cold turkey. Possibly maybe doing it on the holidays, maybe never doing it ever again, but generally just leaving the stoner lifestyle. Now, to keep you guys updated on where I am, basically, I have stopped buying it completely. I have reduced it to maybe once a month. I'm not keeping too much track of it because really just I don't think it's worthwhile, especially the way my mind is right now, to think about it more than necessary. But of course, making this video, coming to you guys, bringing the knowledge to you, is extremely important. I will say, I have smoked a joint in maybe the past week or so. It is very fascinating what happens because a lot of people think that weed makes you lazy. Weed makes you um, very much a non society interacting person, which it does. But the first few times you do it, the first magical moments that weed enters your lungs and you get the effects of it, especially with sativas. I'm a sativa guy, I personally really love him. You'll notice that it almost feels like a performance enhancing drug in a way. If you are the type of person to smoke weed and play video games, you may notice that you're better at gaming while you're smoking because you notice a lot more things. The sounds are louder, the important things pop out to you more. You read between the lines, you see the subtext of a lot of what's going on. When you listen to music, you understand the lyrics a lot better. It feels a lot more you feel a lot more in tune with your surroundings. Something that weed Something I would say weed does is it forces you into the present moment, at least the first time you smoke it. But it's really, really interesting. I made a note of this the last time I smoked. It's really interesting how my mind immediately went from, oh, this is a performance enhancer. I used to say that all the time. It's a performance enhancer. Helps me focus. It helps me lock in on any single subject. I have autism, so you could imagine my attention span and my ability to focus on things I don't really want to focus on isn't that great to begin with. But it was so fascinating to go from, oh, this is great. This feels like an amplification of life. This feels like something that just makes it better to, okay, now I need it. Now I need it for the next day. This thought literally went through my head. I'm adamantly making a goal to quit. I am currently in the goal of quitting and getting myself to the point where I just don't smoke it unless it's once a year. Not even. It's really fascinating the way it just kind of gripped that part of my brain, that habit forming part of my brain, to go, okay, this is what I do when I'm stressed. This is what I do when I'm bored. Something I'll say about weed is that it offers what it offers a lot of the time is contentment. Now, if you're someone who smokes all day, every day, like I used to, you'll find that this effect goes away after a while. The anxiety reducing effects go away after a while. After a while, you start getting anxiety from smoking weed. After a while, you feel discontent because you're smoking weed, and that's pretty much the highlight of your day. weed is supposed to be like the frosting. You know, it's supposed to be like marshmallows, the unnecessary fluff to your diet, but it's nice to have every once in a while. When you're eating marshmallows every day, you can't really complain that you're out of energy and you're fat and you're tired all the time unless you're eating marshmallows, because you have a sugar addiction and you're probably eating way more calories than you should be. It's really easy to fall into this mindset, especially today with vape pens and all the easy ways to smoke without even looking like a stoner, to all these easy ways to hide it because our tolerance is so high from this modern day weed we're given. It's so easy to justify in your own head, oh, this is something I can just do every day and there's no issue. Nobody notices. Nobody points it out unless you're being super obvious about it. You're just sitting on a beanbag chair all day, not doing anything. I was one of those types who could just get stuff done while he was stoned. One of my favorite things to do was to work out stoned. Let me tell you, lifting while you're stoned feels incredible. The mind-muscle connection is, it's astounding. It's great. But in the same breath, it would be foolish of me to say that I wouldn't be in a better place if I just did away with the weed, if I didn't have it as a crutch and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to stand the pain anyway. I'm going to stand the normal feeling of a workout and try to actually hone in on the mind-muscle connection. See, something stoners will understand, and I'm assuming you're a stoner if you're watching this and you want to quit if you're watching this. Something stoners will understand is that weed forces you into the present moment. It's a lot like psychedelics in that regard. It forces you to notice a lot more about the present moment. And this is great. And you initially think, okay, this is awesome. This means I'm more aware than other people. I'm more in tune with the earth than other people. But with prolonged use, what ends up happening is your brain realizes it doesn't need to try nearly as hard to pay attention to things. And you rely on the weed as a crutch. You rely on it to get yourself tuned in, to get yourself focused. This activity needs doing. It would be better with a joint. It would be better with a hit of my vape pen. It would be better with whatever. And that's where the laziness comes from. It's not really the drug itself. It's the fact that the drug replaces your desire to actually try to pay attention. See, so many stoners think they can game the system. And I know this because I was one of them. So many stoners think they'll work perfectly fine without their drug. They'll work perfectly fine on their drug, I mean. They'll work perfectly fine. And like me, they may be one of those people who have been stoned for so long that they don't really remember what it's like to be sober. They don't remember the level of work they'd be able to commit to and perform with normal brain chemistry. Well, let me tell you, I'm not at perfectly normal brain chemistry right now. I doubt that all of the THC has left my system. I haven't fully, completely quit yet. But even moving in the direction of normal brain chemistry, I can already tell there's no going back to daily smoking. There's no going back. It is such a huge difference. The focus, the attention span. Yeah, things may be hard sometimes. I may be frustrated without that quick, easy stress relief. But it's night and day, the difference. It really is night and day. And I think you'll notice the difference once I reduce my frequency of smoking even more throughout these videos where I talk about it. You'll notice. And let me invite you to notice it about yourself. I always experiment with things first before I tout them on this channel. But see for yourself. If you think I'm spouting bullshit, if you think I'm wrong, try it. You can go a week without it. You could probably go 2 weeks without it. Believe in yourself. Show yourself that you have more control over your body than you may realize. And yeah, that's all I got for you. See you in the next one.